Of course, Free League was not going to stop with just the core box of Zone Wars, and we already have Robots and Psionics, an expansion for the game that takes it to up to 4 players. However, is this going to be worth the amount of money that you're going to have to pay to get your hands on it? Let's open the box and find out. So play we all. Before I start, I want to warn you all that this is not a complete game. You need that one to be able to play this. Robots and Psionics is an expansion, so be mindful. Because if you're going to buy this because you like psionics and you like robots, then if you want to play it fully, then you're going to need something else. This is, again, 1 to 4 players, which is interesting because meaning that you have to have the core big game plus that means that you can expand. So I wonder if successive expansions would mean that it can go up to 6 players or 8 players or 20 players. I don't know, that would be mayhem. But let's take a look at the cover. Okay, this is the Robots and versus Psionics. And again, once more, I like how, firstly, it goes perfectly with the previous cover because the composition is exactly the same. These are the characters that you're going to find inside the box fighting with each other, and they are very idiosyncratic of what you would find in Mechatron, for instance, when you play that campaign, which I recommend. The back is well used as usual. It's pretty much exactly the same that we found in the core game, with a description of the minis and a bit of a photograph. However, there's just been some drop coat of paint, which now I know what it means because it's just one single color with a little bit of contrast. So let's take a look inside. Again, the box is exactly the same. It is very robust. The cardboard is fantastic, and the material feels really, really good in my hands. A bit of silica gel to fend off dampness. And we get the tokens that we also found in the previous game. So we get the Mechatron Hive and then the Nova Cult. And some really unpleasant enemies in here, and we find more terrain, which of course we're going to do something to mix it with the terrain in the other game. This one doesn't come with a playing mat, you know, the 96 by 96 centimeters playing mat, but it comes with the terrain, which I like. I love the printing, by the way. It's super sharp. The color palette is very, very cool. And considering that they are cardboard, they feel very nice to look at. More tokens with the same ruler as we have in the core game. And now we're going to go for the extra rules. As you can expect, this is next to nothing compared with the base game. This comes with one extra page to describe how to assemble these dioramas, which look awesome. And of course the rules, again, next to nothing compared with the other ones because these are just the expansion. So we only get a few updates. And then we go straight to scenarios with the Monster Bonanza, the Hydra Rises, Scorching the Emperor, beacons of hope, and the final showdown. And off we go. That's it. I wonder if there are going to be more of these scenarios online. It would be very cool if people began to make their own and just share them with the world. Same insert, of course, changing the size and the shape of the minis. That we get our two customized, customary, not customized, customary. That I'm going to go very gently. Oops. Decks of cards. Exactly the same material. So again, recommended to sleeve them. And we get Bender, the Mecha King, Mark 14, Wrecker, and Scrappy. Double-sided with Blooded. And then we get Plutonia, Cyan, Tula, Maxim, and Psycho as characters. Then we get all these zone cards, Acid Grass, Ionic Butterflies. These illustrations are so cool. Really love them. And the small ones. As you can see, I'm going a lot quicker through this one because we already know what we can expect. And again, here we get the starting gear deck, module deck, and the artifact deck. So these are fairly powerful weapons compared to what you can get in the role-playing game. I mean, not all of them, of course, because a pizza cutter. But some of these can be interesting. We get the modules for the psionics. Interesting how they have an awful lot of more text because they have to describe everything in greater detail. And last but not the least, the starting gear, which is pretty much identical to the other one. One little thing I noticed that down here at the bottom right, where they very, very small text saying what expansion it belongs to, it says Zone Wars Robots and Psionics 1, which makes me believe that there might be plans for more robots and psionics and different characters, different powers, and that would be very good. The dice are the same as in the core set, feel just as good. They're also embossed and painted, not just a sticker, which is great because I can imagine that these are going to see a fair amount of use. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, we're going for the minis. So I love the character that they have put into the minis, to be honest. I mean, just the fact that this scrappy robot, it comes with this punk mohawk, is excellent. And even they're quite sturdy. I mean, even these arms that in other components would be quite brittle, they hold on, they're withstanding very well to what I'm doing to it. And I have miniatures in other games that this will have already broken. This is so cool. Again, they're so full of character. I love these minis. By the way, if you can hear some noise in the background, that's because my downstairs neighbor, who is very, very hard of hearing, as in deaf, she usually has to put the television on very loud, so I'm sorry about that. I love the level of detail, it's just delightful. I need to have a magnifying lens because if I get too close, then I can't see because my eyesight. Oh, wow. These are brilliant. I really wish I've had these minis when we were playing Mechatron. And I am seriously impressed at how sturdy they are. I mean, I'm applying a fair amount of pressure with my finger on this, and they're standing the pressure very, very well. Love the sculpting. Really do. Wow. Very cool indeed. And that's it. This is the game. Okay, 4 people playing this. This could end up looking absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm going to bring this very close to my top of the list of games to play, because this could be terrific. If you already know, if you have already played this, I would love to hear what you have to say. So thank you so much for being there. And until the next time, take care of yourselves, and remember, so play we all.